Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. When I sleep a lot on my side and then my upper shoulder always gets very cold. So I decided to make a sleeping collar. I don't know what to call it, so I call it just a sleeping collar. And it will make sure that your upper shoulder and your back won't get too cold when you sleep on your side. And it's a very simple and quick collar to make. So you can make it, I think, in 10 minutes or something. So maybe it's also a nice present to give for the holidays if you are making presents for your friends and family. This one for sure will be a very nice one because it's very quick and easy and very useful. So I show you how we're gonna make that. What I did, first I put a big piece of paper on the floor and I laid on top of it on my back. Then with a pencil I outlined beside my neck and around my shoulders how that looks, more for the shape than for the sizing, because the sizing of course is not 2D but 3D. But then I had an idea what the shape should be. So it's here that black marker, but I don't know if you can see it. But that doesn't really matter. So you just do that first, then you have the form that you need, and then I measured around my neck and around my shoulders how wide I want that to be, and divided by 2 because we have a front and a back. I made my neck 25 because I don't want it really that tight around my neck. I don't like turtlenecks also, so I made it rather loose. So measure how much you should have it, and then around the shoulders divided by 2 I made it 45 centimeters. And because my shoulders are rather straight, you see this is almost a 90-degree angle, but for you it will probably be more going downward. So that's why it is good to establish first your shape while lying on your paper, that you can see how the shape will be. I rounded off with the corners of course, and then I made mine, how much is this? 17 centimeters down. Of course you can make it as long as you like, but for me it's just for the top part, for my shoulders and my neck, that I am cold, so I don't want it longer because I don't like that. Then I want the back really high, so mine is 8 centimeters from the shoulders up, but in the front I want it more low because I don't like all that fabric underneath my chin. So the front for me is only 4 centimeters. So this will be my shape, one for the front, one for the back. We're gonna sew them together here on the side seams, and then you're done. You're using a stretchy fabric, so you don't have to finish the top and the bottom, and it's very easy. So I cut out the 2 pieces, the front and the back. We're gonna put them right sides together. And then sew the side seams and the neck part, so these 2 sides. Make sure you do a good back stitch at the beginning and the end, and you will see I will tack them also down because I will use my serger for this. But you can certainly do it just with your normal sewing machine. Use a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch and finish the sides if you want to. You don't have to, because jersey won't fray, because we're also not gonna finish here the edges on the bottom and the top, so you don't have to. But when you want to have a nice finish, you can also finish those sides. And then you have your nice warm sleeping collar. I don't know what to call it. It looks really funny, but believe me, it is very nice to wear. and my jersey is with that softer inside. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's very nice and warm, and you will love it. So I slept in the color last night and it was really nice and cozy warm. It was almost perfect, but I wanted to make the back a little bit longer, because when I sleep on my side I'm always hunched up, and then the back goes a little bit like this, and then it gets a little bit too short. Also, if you don't like these edges rolling up, you can use some spray starch, and then with low heat you can iron them down. When you wash it, the starch will go out, so you have to do it every time you wash the color, but then this won't roll up. But I don't mind, it's very nice and soft, and I don't like it when this is more stiff because of the starch, so I just leave it like that. But what I did is I made a new color and I made the back 10 centimeters longer and the front 5 centimeters longer. And then we have this. So it is for the rest exactly the same. It is just a little bit longer, and here on the bottom also high-low like in the front. And I'm gonna sleep in it tonight, and in the end video I will tell you if this was a better choice than the shorter one, or if the shorter one was better. I have two now, so that's always nice. And also I really would recommend you to use this fabric with the softer inside. I don't know what it's called in English. It's a jersey, but then with a softer inside, and it's thinner than a jogging fabric. So it's not the jogging fabric that you use for sweatpants or for sweatshirts. It's a more thinner fabric. And I must say, when I slept last night in the shorter one, in the morning it was really too hot, and I took it off. And I'm never hot in the morning. I'm always more cold in the morning than in the evening. So I will try this one and I'll let you know how it was. And yes, I know it looks really funny, but I think this is the best and at least the most useful thing that I've ever sewn. It wears so nicely. I wore this longer one also already a few nights, and it is really nice and warm, and I'm always cold, so when I can have benefits out of it, you can certainly do, because it's really good. And I mostly have to take it off early in the morning, so around 5 or something, because then it is really too warm for me, and that is very special. So you can just lay nicely, your upper shoulder will not be cold. The longer back is very nice, not really needed, but it gives a little bit more warmth for your back. And of course you can make this one a bit tighter, but I hate when something is tight around my neck, so mine is rather loose. But this is for me very nice, and that's the nice thing when you make it yourself. You can make it just the way you like it. So if you want this tight like a turtleneck, you can certainly do that. If you want this longer or shorter, you can do that. You can make this tighter or wider, whatever you prefer. But this is for me really the best sleeping color that I could have. And I know it looks funny, but no one sees you. But then I thought quite a lot of years ago, I made this color. I knitted it. And you wear this on top of or over your coat outside, and it gives a little bit more warmth here around your shoulder part, and this also wears very nicely outside. So maybe it looks quite strange, but it is very comfortable to have. So I hope you like this funny video in between. If you like it, maybe it's a nice present to make for someone for the holidays. Then you have to know their measurements, so maybe that's a bit of a tricky one, or you measure them and you don't tell them what you're gonna make for them. But this is very quick and very easy to do, just 2 seams, nothing else. You don't even have to finish anything, so it's really I think a 10-minute project. Making the pattern, measuring and making the pattern is most of the time, and the sewing is just peanuts. So I hope you like this one, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.